work through the process of applying a water repellent with the drone, which is a little bit different than normal water repellent application, and is also a little bit different than some of the stuff that you normally do with the drone, cleaning, power washing, those sort of things.
Today we were using the LucidBots Sherpa. This is a heavy lift industrial hexacopter. And so what we were spraying today was the PROSOCO SIloxane WB Concentrate.
So a couple of things that we are looking for in a project like this. We want low pressure at the tip. So we don't want it being atomized before it gets to the wall. We want low pressure spray when it hits on the wall.
We had the concrete sealant in a big drum on the ground with an electric pump. And that pump fed it all the way up to the drone, and we had a really long nozzle. So we didn't have a lot of overspray issues or prop wash or anything that would really impact that fan pattern.
You want to make sure that we're applying wet on wet. So your spray needs to go over top of the wet spray that you've already done to make sure there's no dry spots in between. You want to make sure that whole surface is covered, so we want a wet on wet application. And the other thing that we want is pay attention to that rundown. So what that means is basically when you put the product on, you want it to run down from where the tip hits before it soaks into the concrete, because it's a penetrating water repellent, so that gives you the right amount of product inside the pores of the concrete. So with the drone, it's a little bit different because you're kind of looking at it from below, so you need to really pay attention to that rundown. We typically apply, bottom up and usually left to right. We usually go this way up the wall. With the drone application, it's a little bit different because it's kind of hard to go side to side and keep it steady. So in this application, we just went up vertically with the drone, and then you bring the drone down and then you go up again. They went through the wall really smoothly that way. If you are using batteries, you do want to pay attention to where you leave off. So if you're spraying your SIloxane WB on the wall and you bring your drone down to change batteries, you want to make sure that you're paying attention to where you left off, because that may dry by the time you get your drone back up. Where the water repellent is applied, you want to make sure that that is applied right on top of your previous applications.